At ease, brother. Shalom. Welcome back to another episode of The Set Apart Man. You know, man, today I want to talk about the trends that I'm seeing with a lot of influencers, female in type, relationship rejects, bottom barrel bust downs. Roll that footage.
Because they asked if she's married. She's like, oh, I'm not married because I choose not to be. I'm a PhD.
The question shouldn't be, why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids? The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies?
They use shaming tactics. Yo mama black.
A man who says, I date non-black women,
Right.
He has mommy issues.
They want to come out with an insult.
Infiltrated that because you posted it.
I like when you talk because you always come with the white privilege.
Let's go with the G. The G is guilt.
It's not that I'm too much. It's that when you pour everything you have into me, your capacity isn't there.
And if you've ever dealt with somebody who absolutely needs to be right,
Why not drop doctor from your name if you cannot bring forth the doctoral degree?
So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All praise to the Most High Yahweh Shalom. Thank you for tuning in to another Righteous Ruach Spirit-filled episode. Today I'm back at it in them trenches, handling that kingdom business. You know, man, men truly have to be careful and cautious and know how to discern the likeness of Delilah. Oftentimes, man, men catch a lot of slack or a lot of shame for not wanting to marry these women. And I want men to understand that you can maintain your power base by being independent. I'm saying independent in a form of being independent from the system. See, when you look at the characteristics of Delilah, man, she was looking to take a man's power. You know, men being married apart from the system is another conversation. But in that clip, man, you see women like Cheyenne Bryant, who gave herself the title of doctor, allegedly. You know, man, if you watch how she moves, man, that is the spirit of Delilah on this woman. And one thing about it is, man, Delilah's religious. It's just that her religion is vain. Her worship, the way she conducts herself, her actions, you know, pretty much make her claim of faith null and void. Man, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, allegedly doctor, recently did an interview and she was quoting some scripture. You know, a lot of these women that are relationship rejects, it's not that they can't memorize scripture, it's just they struggle to live the fullness of it. They're non-commandment keepers. Oftentimes they're lip service worshipers. But this is the same woman that sounded, to the average listening ear, sounded godly. But just a couple months back was at a red carpet event with a see-through dress on. And if it wasn't see-through, she knew that dress was going to bring a lot of attention because it had like the nude, or it possibly had that nude fabric behind. But here's the thing, that's bust down behavior. That's bust down behavior. You know, man, there was a comedian. She's a tall, black, dark-skinned woman, short hair. And when I tell you this woman is not good on the eyes, and then her attitude is what really makes her ugly. Man, this woman had the nerve to get up on an interview and said, man, these men that I be getting with, they don't know how to lay it down. They suck in the bed. And if you saw this woman, man, she is not good on the eyes, and her attitude made it worse. I tell you, a man on Viagra, a man that's got a bottle full of Viagra and popped them all, probably couldn't knock her off. Probably would struggle getting it up. But you got to look at it. It's bust down behavior. You got to listen to the stuff that comes out of these women's mouths, okay? Man, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, Cheyenne Bryant is a so-called educated woman. When we look statistically, why would a man want to get with a woman who increases the odds of them getting divorced? Think about what I just said. Educated women divorce at a higher rate than women with no education. Man, here's the problem with Cheyenne Bryant. When she hit the wall, she didn't take accountability. When she hit the wall, she did not take accountability. And Cheyenne Bryant's name has only been ringing not for too long. She's in her 40s. So she hit that wall, and rather than saying, you know, man, let me do some self-examination so I can have a sliver of a chance, what did she do? She knew she wasn't successful. So she started to make up and fabricate a doctorate's degree, going around calling it a doctoral degree. So you can't make this stuff up. Taking titles that she didn't earn. On all these interviews, people have been asking her, why don't you just remove the title of doctor from your name? Or why don't you show proof? But in her eyes, like, you're not going to be able to call a Delilah out for her sexually immoral ways. She's going to be the victim. I don't know why people are targeting me. They're targeting you because you calling yourself a doctor and you're not. This woman had the nerve to say, man, Dr. Dre isn't asked to remove his doctor from his name. He's claiming to be a doc. Dr. Dre is a rapper. Only sessions he does with people is the producer in a rap studio booth. This woman is claiming to do, in the interview, she said, man, I've done live sessions online with people. That's how people know her. Prior to that, don't nobody know her. People that went to school with her, same year, have come out and said, yep, don't remember her. Don't remember her. I was able to get my transcripts. I was able to get my diploma. I was able to get all of it. But you got to understand, man, Delilah has some deceitful ways. Man, we live in a world right now, especially in Western culture, especially in the U.S., especially in modern day Babylon. Man, there's so many relationship rejects out there. There's so many bottom barrel bust downs that men don't want. You got to understand, in her mind, her success and education is fabricated. You've got women out here that have hit the wall and are educated. Don't gotta lie about it. And she's lying straight up about it. Okay, who wanna go talk to a surgeon or something that don't want to show proof that they've went through the right process? Ain't nobody gonna sit down and go get no cert. Well, you got people out there because they go to hotel rooms and go get BBLs and all this stuff. So yeah, but the average person that's got good sense ain't gonna go get surgery from somebody that's not, you know, properly accredited, properly trained, and went through the right process. But these bust downs, what they're really looking for is, man, they are looking for a sucker in a world full of dum-dums. Okay? Now, Cheyenne Bryant, bust down. Delilah. Man, you take somebody like, okay, you take a Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has already, been with older women. So why was she wanting to get that interview with Nick Cannon? You take Cam Newton, you take 50 Cent. Man, if any one of these men would have shown interest in Cheyenne Bryant, let me tell you what you were gonna get. Because you cannot bypass the Delilah spirit on this woman. 50 Cent could run some game on her. She gonna fall for it. She gonna give up them draws. She gonna fulfill bust down behavior. And you gotta understand, man, she's gotten close. She had a man that was her fiance, but you know what? He didn't pull the plug. He didn't pull the plug. He's like, nope, I'm good on that. She's never gonna come out and say that. See, when a woman is a bust down and a Delilah, she's gonna make it seem like she was close to marriage. She's gonna try to make it seem like men want her. But the reality is, out of every relationship, somewhere along the lines, these men saw something was off. Something was off. This woman is looking for a man, trying to tout herself as successful, whole fabricated story. And at the end of the day, she's looking for another man who is successful, legitimately, so she can take half their stuff. Like, here's the problem with a lot of these single relationship gurus, therapists, and whatnot. You got Ayala Avant, or whatever her name is. Don't know men want her. Don't know men want her. You got Whoopi Goldberg, highly successful woman. Don't know men want her. Now, of course, if you a sucker and you come along and you hit yourself to them, bro, they're gonna take you to the bank. You gotta think, you gotta think, man. Here's Tyrese Gibson, ex-wife, Samantha Lee Gibson, straight up Delilah. He married a bust down. And you know what? Bust down behavior is what came out in the end. She was taking that man to the cleaners in the court process, trying to give relationship advice as a therapist. Bust down, bottom barrel bust down that don't know men want. When I say don't know men want them, don't know man want to wife them, except a sucker. Man, I want you to understand, man, your power is being independent from the system. Delilah is going to try to seek out your power and cripple it. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant want a man to go down there and marry her via the state so she can take your estate. Man, you better wake up, man, because, man, you've got women out here that's not successful as an influencer, that are not to the level of notoriety and popularity of Cheyenne Bryant, but they're out here. They're out here moving in these streets. Like, okay, majority of these women you come across, they got the Delilah spirit on them. They in your churches. Okay, here's the thing. Churches are filled with single women who men don't really want, and they target successful men. You got a man up here who got a whole wife, whole family, everything, and built something for himself. And you would go in, all these single men in the congregation, you don't want nothing to do with them. You automatically want to go for the pastor. And you're not coming to the pastor saying, I want to be a concubine, or I want to be an additional wife. No, you want to be a bust down. They all got the same story. These men fall for these women and lose everything they got. You get caught up and found out you was in hotel rooms, she was doing this, making you feel like it. And then at the end of the day, she's writing books. She's writing books. Man, you got to think, to write a book pertaining to mental health or coaching or anything like that and have doctor on that book is a straight up scam. But they don't care about the truth. See, you got to think, man, Delilah defines her own truth. And that's what she's trying to have people think, that they have cognitive dissonance, moral relativism, all this different stuff, when she's a straight up bust down. It's a certain way that Delilah moves. It's a certain way that a bust down moves, and they are one and the same. They are one and the same. You're not going to be able to build nothing with a one. Like, do you think, okay, when you read in the Bible of what a wife is supposed to be, you know, do you think that if a sucker come along and marry somebody like Cheyenne Bryant, that he's going to get what the book says a wife is supposed to be? No, you're going to get a whole bunch of lecturing. You're going to get a whole bunch of manipulation. You're going to get a whole bunch of deceit. Man, okay. Man, she showed up to a red carpet event in some see-through dress, AKA lingerie lingerie. Man, that's bust down behavior. You're going to get around all these people, and rather than presenting yourself as classy, respectable, modest, good sense, you're going to show up with the appearance that you butt naked. That's bust down behavior, man. Okay, you got a, what's her name? Sierra Russell Wilson. She did her husband the same way. That's bust down behavior. Cheyenne Bryant, she was doing it because she don't have no husband. Sierra is out there butt naked doing that because she's hypergamous. She's looking for another offer. That's what she's looking for. So she's advertising to the world. Man, I want you to understand something, man. You know, man, when you're seeing a woman out here presenting herself butt naked, bro, there's the Delilah spirit and there's that bust down spirit on her, because a lot of these women have got a man to fall for their trap. And then once it's all said and done, they the victims. They never did nothing wrong. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant won't even take accountability that she's calling herself a doctor with no proof. I'm not saying this woman don't have a degree. I'm not saying she don't have a bachelor's, she don't have a master's. But just because you got a bachelor's don't mean you can call yourself having a master's. Just because you got a master's don't mean you can call yourself having a PhD or a doctorate. The woman can't even say the word right. She walking around talking about a doctoral. No doctoral. Every question they ask her that is a legitimate question that anybody of notoriety and common sense would be able to, especially in the field she's in, would want to be able to clarify. She can't even do it. She can't even do it. She starts shaming, start gaslighting. And here's the thing. People are calling her out for it. It's bust down behavior, man. The saga continues. Man, you got to be on the lookout for this. A lot of these women, man, they are passing themselves off as highly successful. You got women like the trucking guru scamming folk. That's a straight up scam. Cheyenne Bryant trying to counsel anybody on relationships when she's a bust down is a straight up scam. Trucking guru made herself seem like a trucking expert, all of this stuff, and was scamming folk. Scams. See, bust downs can only do one thing, is scam, because they don't have virtue. Virtue is profitable. Virtue, a woman having virtue will get her selected as a wife. But when a woman don't have virtue, she knows she has nothing to compete with. So what does she do? She starts scamming and scheming. That's what bust downs do, scam and scheme. When you see the same spirit that's moving in Cheyenne Bryant is the same spirit in a woman who will meet a man online, lure him into a hotel room, and two dudes jump out the bathroom and beat the brakes off and rob him. That's that bust down scheme behavior. You don't see virtuous women doing the stuff that Cheyenne Bryant does. Birds of a feather flock together. Once again, this is the Set Apart Man, kicking that thing gun barrel straight. Until next time, stay set apart, stay disciplined, stay in the word of the Most High Yah. Bow.